G'day legends, welcome to Thursday. You're having an absolutely savage week. I have something really interesting today because I've been chatting to a few clients and they're talking about just being stressed out, especially coming into this time of year, it gets super busy. They're unmotivated and they just seem uninspired for any kind of change. And it's, and that in itself is stressful because it's a pain in the ass. We all want to get somewhere or we want to find out where that destination is, but sometimes we're just like, fuck, can't get your feet out of bed in the morning. Everything seems like just that extra struggle. It's harder to get motivated to do the things that we used to love to do. It's harder to stay motivated and joyful for our partners and our family. And it kind of builds and builds and builds into this really shitty, depressed state. And I was talking to this guy, absolutely like wonderful guy, one of the nicest guys you'll meet. Like you meet this guy and you instantly think, shit, this guy's a nice fella. But the real interesting thing was he gets into this place where he is just, gets around lunchtime or afternoon and he's bored and he goes, fuck, maybe I'll get a bag. Maybe I'll just, sort myself out and that'll be a bit of excitement for the afternoon. And this builds into a place of where, when something happens and somebody reacts in the wrong way or says the wrong thing, he just absolutely hammers these guys. He goes from one end of the spectrum right to the other, where his relationships, it causes them to break down and it really causes issues at work or at home. And it stresses him out because it's not the way he wants to show up as a person in the world. He's inspired or motivated to be this other person, but he can't seem to get there and make the change, and keeps, some other guys that I talk to, they use porn, they get bored or whatever, they just go, okay, I'll just go knock one out and that'll keep me entertained for the afternoon. Or, it'll be alcohol or it'll be drugs or anything that kind of brings the dopamine back up into that state. And you'll hear James talk a lot about dopamine and how, we have this addiction part to it. But what I wanted to touch on today is, how do you go from that place of being uninspired, unmotivated, stressed out and overwhelmed by a lot of shit that's going on, to being inspired, having motivation, looking forward to your day, looking forward to moments of your day. And it doesn't have to be something ginormous. You don't have to suddenly quit your job, break up your marriage, get rid of your kids. It's something that's super simple that you can do to start making a real simple change now. There's one thing in order that you need to have in order to be able to put this into your life. You need to have understood what your summit is. Because if you don't understand that, this activity is going to be pointless for you and it's not going to give you any outcomes that you want. So if you haven't yet got the summit training, comment summit below and either myself or James or one of the team will send it over to you, because once you use that, this is going to be a really powerful tool for you. So the next step is okay, cool, how do I get more inspired? How do I have more motivation for a day? And it's a simple thing, a simple little tactic that I use. And it's actually, it's in a book called Bumpers. It's a really, really helpful book, actually. It's a recommended read. But all it is down to is breaking down, okay, cool, what does my perfect day look like? Now, people get a little bit funky about this, like, perfect day, fuck it, I'd stay in bed all day and I'd never go to work. But when you look at that, how excited do you get when you stay in bed all day? How excited is it when you don't go to work anymore? We've got to actually look at the things that are related to your summit and that training to okay, cool, what do I actually want to do in my day? Because it's amazing how many people I talk to and they're like, what would I do without work? I'm like, it's a great point. My perfect day involves work. But what are the other things around your perfect day? So let's say your perfect day is getting up at 5 a.m. Let's say you're one of those people that, when you do it, you just feel amazing and you go for a bike ride or you go for a walk or you do a training session. Okay, cool. That's part of my perfect day then. What's next? Do you have breakfast? Do you meditate? Do you go out to breakfast with your mates, your partner, have a coffee? What is it that you do in your day there? Okay, cool. What do you do for the rest of your day? Do you work for 6 hours, 8 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours? Okay, cool. What do you do in the afternoon? What is the perfect day for you? This doesn't mean you're going to be living this perfect day every day, but the most important thing is the next step. Because once you have your perfect day, make sure it aligns with where you want to go in your summit. It starts to create a sense of inspiration, and you no longer need the dopamine hits of the porn or the cocaine or the drugs, whatever it is. You start to eliminate that. So once you've got your perfect day, what it looks like, break it down into things that you can change now. So one of the major things is, okay, cool. I want to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning. You might be able to do that once or twice, but it's a big move. The first thing you might be able to do is change your evening routine. Okay, changing your evening routine is going to enable you to wake up early. It's like, okay, cool. So I talked about this in a message, in a post the other day. Netflix, the second order consequences of Netflix. What right now has second order consequences for you that are stopping you from getting up in the morning? Really important. And then from there on, you can start introducing things that are actually going to be part of your perfect day. Your perfect day doesn't have to be 7 days a week. Your perfect day could be one day out of the week. And then you're working towards that bit by bit every time. And that tiny little bit of inspiration grows, and it grows into something that lowers your stress because you feel like you've got more time. You feel like you're working on things that actually light you up. It creates more motivation, creates more positivity. You're better to be around. Your communication increases. Your wife actually loves to hang out with you or your kids. You're a better person at work. Like, everything starts to snowball in a positive direction. But there's those two things. You need to understand the second order consequences, and you need to have the summit. If you don't have the summit, obviously get the training. Just comment summit, send it over to you. You need to understand what that is, so then you can align your perfect day with that and actually work towards something that's going to create a better life for you. Because fuck, life's awesome, guys. And it really should be that way. But sometimes we just put some things in a way that really don't help us get to where we want to go. So I hope that's helpful. If you want that training, comment summit, guys. We'll get it over to you. I hope you're having a killer week. If you're not, practice that. Put that into play. See what changes. See what you can start doing in your life. Because, shit, man, you've got one of them. Might as well make it awesome. Hope you have a wicked Thursday, guys. Lots of love and have an awesome weekend. Catch you later.